So there's a lot of videos about this entity named Telos, this Lemurian civilization, or the survivor of the Atlantis, this colony that lives within Mount Shasta, Mount Adams, this entire world, City of Telos and so forth. But mainly he's always depicted as the humanoid, male, tall, 6'3" or 4 or 5 or whatever, long blonde hair, blue eyes, good looking, obviously, always like as the rest of these imaginary models, but so forth. And it seems that as per the internet, so as per the videos, that only selected humans, worthy humans, are able to connect to this entity. First of all, City of Telos does not exist. And this is very often spoken by either religiously programmed humans or spiritual individuals trying to get into the channeling industry, or who already are channelers, and they are mistaking these things with Lord Sananda or Jesus or Joshua ben Joseph, St Germaine, El Moira, Kunan Yin, Ashtar, Lord Ashtar, Mother Mary, Kuthumi, Archangel Michael, or Adama, the high priestess of Telos, or the high priestess of Telos of Lemuria. First of all, also too, Adama doesn't exist. This was made up by humans for humans. And any channeled video today in the industry by Adama is completely made up by the video content creator, who never channels live, of course, but they have the videos, the music, special effects, beautiful mountains across United States, from California to Texas, and a beautiful angelic voice speaking in the background. There's no authentic channeling videos of any actual entity named Adama or Telos. And I know there's a lot of videos on Telos, but there is no authentic videos. Adama doesn't exist. Same goes by another name named Mirkak or Mirak, apparently also from Mount Adams, Mount Shasta, from Telos. This is not true. These are fraudulent channelers that have greed, fame, I would say ego, that are speaking about a surviving Lemurian civilization or Atlantean civilization within Mount Adams and Mount Shasta and so forth. But certainly this is just entertainment for the gullible, especially those that are trying to escape reality, depressed, lonely, weak, sad, emotional state is weak, whatever the case may be. And my heart truly goes out to them, because mental health is a very serious issue in our society today, especially in this crazy world we live in. But they are innocent people. When we look at Telos books or Lemuria books and these legends and so forth, these are myths. Energy may be there, but there is no humanoid beings living there. Absolutely not. The word Telos, by the way, comes from a very old ancient legend. So it's not that some humanoid, some man, physical man with blonde hair stands and sits there and lives in the caves or tunnels, as the internet states. This is not true. There is very small non-physical consciousness tied to St Germaine collective. That's all. And I've already done a video on St Germaine collective, and a lot of people found it very useful. St Germaine personally told me, this was 2020 or 2021, that there's no one living in these two mountains. And as far as these two mountains are concerned, they're very small. This is in fact very small percentages of remaining energies that belong to or from a very large collective of consciousnesses that are non-physical, non-living. So non-physical beings. Nobody lives there. There is no man named Telos. There is no women named Adama, the priestess, or Mirkak, or anyone else within these mountains. This is 1,000,000% verified and certified information. Humans who claim that they channel Telos, or Adama, or Mirkak, whatever the fuck their names are, absolutely have no idea who they're talking to. Meaning they're connecting to someone, but they just don't know who they're talking to, or they're making it up. Another myth is that St Germaine, an ascended master, lives there. This is also absolutely not true. Not correct in any way. I've done a video, I remember, on St Germaine. I connected to him like 2 or 3 times. I was very grateful, very, very blessed, very honored to have collected to such a wise collective. My God, it was mind-blowing, fascinating. And specifically, I remember he specifically says, St Germaine, it's not just one, we're a collective. And we're non-physical consciousnesses that are tied to a couple of those mountains, yes, but we don't incarnate anymore. We grew past that. And he incarnated all of its higher self, so all of its higher fractal and lower fractal consciousness, together with other consciousnesses that are also not physical, but that resonated with his mindset, his energy, and then they grew outward, ultimately ending up as an extremely large group of non-physical collective of energy. That is all. And yes, some of that energy still resonates on Earth within those two mountains. This is true. This is definitely true. But he will never be here again. He will never incarnate again. Hence, they call him an ascended master. But he specifically said, he's done incarnating. He wishes to work with humans. I remember he said that. He wishes to work with humans on an energy and spirit level that desire to know what happens to the soul after human death, after physical human death. So understanding the future or the further nature of the physical life as it ends post-death. And in no way, shape, or form he lives in any of those two mountains or any other mountain on Earth. Now, let's get into what's in the mountain. First and foremost, as I've explained before, well, I've been to that mountain. I've said that in interviews a couple of different times. So when I visited Trout Lake, Washington in 2019 at the City, I remember obviously that mountain is fascinating. It's huge. It's like a different world out there. It's like watching the Giza pyramids in person. So it has like an 18-mile wide diameter. It's a volcano. It's one of the largest volcanoes in that state, and it's named after a former president. I think his name is John Adams. There are many different videos about this mountain, and one of the things that I always see at these videos, they say that there's no one walking on this mountain. There's no one that's on this mountain. Horrible conditions, freezing snow, this, that, and anyone that goes there and dies, that's again fear-mongering, and that is not true. Anyone can Google Mount Adams today and for a fact find out multiple zones: Goat Body, the Hump, the Bumper, Piker's Peak, Red Body, Little Mount Adams to the southeast. There's a lunch zone there. Anyone can go there today and have lunch and hike up there, called the lunch counter. Pikes Peak, there's another one. There is a small recreational area. There's a gym area. There are two small lakes up there called Bench Lake and Heart Lake. There's a river called, I think it's called Hell Creek or Hell Rowing Creek or something. So it's quite active with hikers and campers. Hiking is one of my biggest passions in life. It always has been. So I take great pride in going to a lot of these places to see the truth, to see like what's going on there. Not just going to the internet and seeing the pictures and so forth, but statements that there's no human access to Mount Adams are incorrect. It is not true, definitely nowhere near the truth. And anyone can go there with the car to a certain point, and obviously they got to hike. So a lot of people go up there. A lot of people go to the very top peak. I mean, they're experienced, they have proficiency in alpine mountain hiking field area. I don't. Route fighting and so forth, and ice axes and navigating through crevices and rock head walls and all these things. But these terrains, yeah, these guys are very experienced with that. These men and women are brave. They go up there for about a week or so, and there's a lot of pictures from there that are on the internet. So the spiritual videos that are in the spiritual community, they're in the channeling community, where they say only certain people can talk to Telos, only certain people can see Telos. No other human ever goes on Mount Adams. Again, ridiculous and primitive stories are just not true, because anyone can go there today. And these pictures and videos of these places are all on the internet, of course. So that's another myth, another thing that I want to debunk, of course. But when it comes to this physical reality, this matrix system that we live in, the way it's played out, truly, I think anyone can really understand this reality if you understand densities, dimensions, realms, and realities. Antarctica works in the same way. And if we were to understand that, aside from fraudulent journalists and all these different things talk about, what Mount Adams is, it's just the base. Huge amount of portal technologies of different calibers, just like Antarctica is, of course, but Mount Adams is just one large extraterrestrial, extra-dimensional base. As far as Mount Adams, these are fifth density beings, Zeta Grays Reticuli, reptilian hybrids, draconian hybrids, and one race of insectoids. And these four races, the main four groups, and they are within the Mount Adams, and obviously our government knows about it, so the American government obviously knows about it. I mean, who gives the American government the ET technology? Well, it's a lot of these groups to sort of kind of fuck off and leave them alone in these mountains. That's exactly what these cheap whores do in the government. They just get the technology and leave the ETs alone, right? There is a nuclear bunker or nuclear tactical employment, nuclear protection area within that mountain. That is human owned, but that's about it. They don't go and do any business that would be multidimensional in nature, interstellar, celestial, galactic in nature in any way. And really to see these bases, remote viewers can't see it. That's definitely also another one. But there's a fourth density access to a certain degree, channeling access to a certain degree, but a lot of these races are extremely malevolent. They don't want to talk to any humans. They find no interest, no desire to talk to humans. So do some humans see these ships? Yeah, of course. And there's even reports in that area, Trout Lake, Washington. There's reports going back to 1947 in relation to that mountain, having a variety of different lights, a lot of different ships going in. And these ships do not have to go to the very top of the peak of the mountain, like the top of the pyramid, to enter it. No. Densities don't work this way. They can penetrate this floor, this wall, this ceiling, walk in and walk right out if they want. They have technology. So imagine a ship the size of, I don't know, let's say state of Florida that enters Mount Shasta. Well, how is that possible when Mount Shasta is much smaller than state of Florida? Well, this is another different topic. But yes, both of these mountains, Mount Adams, Mount Shasta, heavily populated with ships, with bases, programs, a lot of different technologies that humans cannot even fathom that would exist, but this technology does exist, of course. And in conclusion, these two mountains are just another two, just small little tiny little places compared to some massive bases in the United States, especially across the world, Central Europe, many different areas. And of course, our government knows about it, but they're just told to sort of F off, and they're given a little bit of technology each and every time to keep their hands off for the next 10 years. And government just nod down like a bunch of little clowns to their masters and say, okay. And these technologies are not stored in some hangars, some police stations, some militaries, some little private airport somewhere there in Washington, or somewhere in a building, commercial building with a few security cameras around it. It's not like that, no. These technologies are not meant for human eyes, not meant for human ears. They will never be meant for human eyes or ears. They are within this earth realm, yes, of course, but we are also surrounded by realities, realms, portals, different worlds, different subdensities, and then subdensities of those subdensities. And this is all happening right here, right now. It's always been happening within this video game matrix we call Earth, this colony prison system we call Earth. But unfortunately, due to a tremendous amount of holograms, we can't see shit. So without fear-mongering, which I'm totally against fear-mongering, it is best that humans just live peacefully and enjoy their lives, enjoy their families, enjoy those excitements and careers and passions and so forth, and not get in too deep about certain subjects, such as what's happening inside of these mountains, what's happening in South Pole, North Pole, what's happening in Antarctica, and many different places. This is not meant for a standard third or fourth density mindset. As far as Telos is concerned, Telos does not exist. Adama does not exist in any way. These terms, these are just names. These are just terms that are made by humans for humans. And I truly, my heart goes out to a lot of people that go to Mount Shasta and have like wonderful retreats, beautiful retreats. A bunch of beautiful humans, men and women who go there and meditate, they camp out, they go overnight, they try to connect, they ground, they neutralize. That's a wonderful thing. But sorry to break it to you guys, all you're doing is connecting to old remaining energies of St Germaine, not Telos, and I would say out of every 100 humans, 99 of them are connecting to their higher self. When a human says, I went to Mount Shasta, had a great experience, I connected, yeah, you did. Well, absolutely, I don't doubt it. You're connecting to your own either lower fractal consciousness or higher fractal consciousness that is utilizing that portal of energy that's at Mount Shasta or Mount Adams. There's a lot of great energy there, just like in Sedona, a lot of great energy there, particularly near creeks. And your own higher self is communicating with you. You're not talking to Telos, because Telos does not exist. This is 100% verified and certified information.